good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this Sunday's edition of Newsfirst Weekend, coming to you live from the Newsfirst Christmas Centre at Echelon Square in Colombo. I'm Arundhati Mudanayaka.
And I'm Ramesh Irgal Bandara. Very good evening and welcome. This is the Christmas zone set up in the heart of Colombo at the Echelon Square, as we always do, embracing the Christmas spirit. Newsfirst has ditched our usual setup that we run every day to come out and join you in the middle of the heart of Colombo, to join the masses as we bring you the Christmas spirit and the Christmas cheer.
Let's now take a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Accidents claims the lives of 3 in Mount Lavinia. In a controversial interview to media, President says documentation ready to probe into incidents during Ranil Wickremesinghe's tenure. Change in the UNP leadership, says Rauf Hakim. Sarab Fonseca's former media secretary's expose on dealings between the Field Marshal and Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Now the stories in detail. 9 people have lost their lives in accidents that were reported in Mount Lavinia, Ratmalana, Kottava, Kalaniya, Badulla and Padithalava during the past 24 hours. Now, according to police, 10 people have been injured as well. The most severe accident was reported in Mount Lavinia.
2 pedestrians were knocked down opposite the Mount Lavinia Court complex by a vehicle travelling from Colombo to Galle. The incident took place at about 12:10 a.m. One of the pedestrians was killed in the accident and the other was hospitalized. The driver who caused this accident had fled the scene and later that night was involved in another accident opposite the Ratmalana fuel station.
I am opposite the Mount Lavinia Police Complex, and as you know, earlier this morning, 3 lives were lost due to 2 accidents which occurred along the Galle Road. The first accident occurred near the Mount Lavinia Court Complex, where 1 life is lost, and the second accident occurred near the Melbourne Junction in Ratmalana, and it has been found the driver who is responsible for these accidents are the same, and he has been under the influence of alcohol.
The second accident claimed the life of a driver of a vehicle travelling in the opposite direction and the life of a motorcyclist.
My brother died. He called and told me he will be coming home in 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I got a call saying that my brother was involved in an accident and that he was unconscious. 3 people were travelling in the vehicle at the time. 2 of them are at the accident ward. 1 of them had a broken leg.
When we came onto the road, there were 2 bicycles and a van. Later, when the police came there were about 2 dead at the scene. This was the worst that was reported from this area in the recent past.
According to the police, the driver who caused the 2 accidents is also being treated in hospital. The victims of the accidents were aged 18, 21 and a 54-year-old resident of Anuradhapura, Nadimala Dehiwala and from Pangaloka Mawatha Dehiwala. Initial investigations had revealed that the driver responsible for the accidents was driving under the influence. The relatives and family members of the deceased and injured protested opposite the hospital, accusing authorities of attempting to transfer the suspect responsible for the accidents from the Kalubovila Hospital to the Nagoda General Hospital.
President Maithripala Sirisena spoke exclusively to a national newspaper today. This is what he had to say.
Speaking to the Lanka newspaper on their Sunday edition, President Maithripala Sirisena said that all documentation is prepared for the establishment of a commission to probe the corruption and financial mismanagement carried out by a few people during the Ranil Wickremesinghe government. The president had ensured that the commission will definitely be appointed. He stated that the reason for the current political instability in the country is the ambiguities that have arisen due to the 19th Amendment. The article quotes the president saying that Ranil Wickremesinghe and his subordinates had drafted the 19th Amendment to completely destroy the country. He notes that if not, these issues could have been resolved without judicial intervention, and that the issues today should be resolved by the executive and the legislature. The president further noted that politicians must be allowed to solve their own issues, and that if this wasn't taken to court, it would have been resolved by now. The president further noted that these reckless individuals are the people behind this destructive political trap. Speaking further during the interview, the president said that the court or parliament cannot order the president to appoint a prime minister. He had added that the president is elected in an island-wide election and that parliamentarians are elected to represent their district. The president said that parliament was dissolved because no faction had a majority in parliament and because parliamentarians were being bribed to cross over. Meanwhile, speaking at an event in Polonnaruwa, the president commented on the current political situation in the country. Although there is a prime minister and a cabinet of ministers, their activities have been halted. Now, the president has been constitutionally vested with the power to run the country. I am not at all happy about this. A country where democracy should be strengthened should not be controlled by a single individual. I believe that the judiciary will give their verdict soon so that democracy in the country could be strengthened, the economic development plan of the country can continue, and especially the budget proposal for the end of the year can be passed because there are a number of economic decisions that must be taken. I will respectfully accept any decision handed down by the court and will act in accordance with that verdict. I believe that the court will deliver their verdict soon so that we can work with the parliament and the cabinet of ministers soon and establish democracy in the country.
අපේ ගෞරවනීය අධිකරණය ඉතා ඉක්මනින් ඔවුන්ගේ තීන්දුව තීරණ දීමෙන් පසුව හැකි වේ කියලා මා විශ්වාස කරනවා.
Former Media Secretary of Field Marshal Sarath Fonseca, Sanjeeva Samarsinghe, expressed the following views at a media briefing held today.
In 2010, when Sarath Fonseca was nominated for the presidential elections, Ranil Wickremesinghe met with Sarath Fonseca at Cambridge Terrace. They were joined by several leading businessmen. These businessmen contributed funds for the expenses of election activities. These funds were given to Ranil Wickremesinghe, and Ranil Wickremesinghe handed over these funds to Malik Samaravikrama. Malik Samaravikrama takes these funds into a room. Sarath Fonseca was only given 5 million rupees. That evening, Ranil Wickremesinghe sends 3 individuals to take back the 5 million rupees from Sarath Fonseca, saying that bills due from another organization must be paid. At that point, Sarath Fonseca discovered that it was all a lie and threw the stock of cash, saying that he will no longer have any dealings with Ranil Wickremesinghe. Since then, Ranil Wickremesinghe obstructed Sarath Fonseca from succeeding at the elections. They booked a 5-star hotel to watch the election results. When nearly 3/4 of the results were out, Ranil Wickremesinghe came in and said he's going to the restroom. However, it was not the restroom he visited. He went to the second floor and told media representatives who he had secretly summoned that the elections were conducted fairly, and then he left the premises. Janaka Pereira also faced a similar incident. When a decision was given on the security of Janaka Pereira in Colombo, after a decision was given in court regarding Janaka Pereira in Colombo, his secretary Karunaratna and myself visited Cambridge Terrace to meet Ranil Wickremesinghe. This was 2 weeks before the North Central Provincial Council elections. Janaka Pereira said that he does not have sufficient cash to fund his campaign and asked for 6 million rupees that he received as sponsorship. He said that this was enough. However, Ranil Wickremesinghe told Janaka Pereira, "No, you should go and rest. You have already won the election and I have no way to give you these funds." Janaka Pereira then criticized Ranil Wickremesinghe and left the premises. It is with much responsibility that I conclude with a question mark over the death of Janaka Pereira.
The Koskama Avissawel Electorate Balamandal meeting of the United National Party was held this evening under the patronage of UNP Deputy Leader Sajith Premadasa.
After we win this battle, we have a large number of activities that must be attended to. Firstly, we must remove the clause in the constitution that mentions that state policies cannot be challenged before the judiciary. We were present at court today because our cabinet was wrongfully dismissed. This is illegal. Similarly, when the government fails to provide services to its people, the public must be empowered to represent themselves in court and challenge the government.
කොමට ඔබතුමන්ලා දෙනවයි කියපු අයිතිය කොමට දෙනවයි කියපු සහනය කොමට දෙනවයි කියපු ශක්තිය අන්න ඒ විදියට පවතින ආණ්ඩුව අභියෝගයට ලක් කරන
claiming the rights, reliefs and strengths that they were entitled to receive. You must have the right to go to courts over such matters.
ඒ උසාවියට යන්න අයිතිය තියෙන්නට ඕන.
Leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress, Rauf Hakim, spoke to the media after the Central Working Committee meeting of the party in the Kurunegala district.
ජනාධිපති මැතිවරණයක් ආවහම
When a presidential election is announced, we will discuss on the common candidate. We will call for a young member of the United National Party to be nominated as the common candidate.
බලපෑම අපි කරනවා.
ඒ කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ අයින් වෙන්න වෙනවා.
අපි නම් කියන්නේ එන මැතිවරණයේදී
We are of the view that at the next election, we must create a tangible change and give fresh hope to the people of this country, especially when we are going in for an island-wide election. This election could be the parliamentary election or a presidential election.
මැතිවරණ වෙන්න පුළුවන් ජනාධිපති මැතිවරණ පුළුවන්.
You're watching Primetime News on News First. Up next is Action TV.
The E-Swabhimani Award ceremony, organised by the Information and Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka, was held for the 8th consecutive year. Several state organisations were recognised for their contributions towards innovative software aimed at improving the efficiency and productivity of the state sector. However, when the Ministry of Education is included here, it is understood that it diminishes the value of the E-Swabhimani Award ceremony and that it also tarnishes the image of the ICTA. The E-Swabhimani Award was received by the government print on behalf of the Ministry of Education for the e-book publication of the grade 11 Science and Technology syllabus. Even though 10 million rupees was incurred for this purpose, the so-called award-winning e-book has not been received by a student or by a single teacher. A new product or concept that has incurred millions of public funds when produced must be utilized. It is the responsibility of the Information Communication Technology Agency of Sri Lanka to justify the mechanism they used in awarding a product that claims to have improved the efficiency and productivity of the public community when it has not even reached the hands of a single individual. The said textbook was created during the time of Sunil Hettiarachchi, who was the Secretary of the Ministry of Education. The institution that organised the E-Swabhimani Award ceremony is an institution that falls under the Ministry of Vocational Training, in which Sunil Hettiarachchi functions as the secretary. When public funds have been spent for a project and when the product or the said project has not reached the hands of a single student, it is questionable as to whether this ministry secretary misused his power to paint a different picture regarding this project by awarding it with an E-Swabhimani award. If the public officials are acting in this manner in our country, many lessons can be learned from this lady who is the governor of the Pondicherry province in India.
Why you wasted money? You have wasted money, huh? Take it off.
I'll take it. I'll remove it.
Kiran Bedi was seen advising and repaying money spent by an official for a banner to welcome her to an event in her province. An official had put up a banner which read, "Hearty welcome to Honourable Lieutenant Governor." As soon as she spotted it, she turned towards the official and said, "You have wasted money," and she removed the banner. She repaid the money that was spent. Here at home, officials and public representatives spend public funds lavishly without any remorse, regret or worry. One such example is when it was decided to print 40 million pages in the new textbooks provided to the students with a picture of a politician and his message. Politicians and public officials who have misused public money learn from the example of Kiran Bedi.
Thank you. Thank you.
A meeting of party leaders of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna was held this evening.
Former Minister Basil Rajapaksha also attended the meeting, which was held at the SLPP office along Nelum Mawatha in Battaramulla.
අද අපි සාකච්ඡා කළේ මැතිවරණයක් සඳහා සූදානම් වෙන්නේ කෙසේද කියන කාරණය. උසාවිය
If the court rules in favour of us, then the matter will be over from there. We discuss mainly on what we should do if the court rules against us.
එතකොට කුමක් කළ යුතුද කියන ප්‍රශ්නය තමයි අපි කතා කළේ ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්. සාකච්ඡා කරපු කාරණා කියන්න අමාරුයි.
It's hard to mention the matter exactly. We can't reveal it now. It will be revealed in 2 or 3 days.
දැනගන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි.
ඒ වගේම අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා
We hope to meet President Maithripala Sirisena tomorrow. We focused on the proposals that we would make when we meet him tomorrow. No matter what the court ruling is, an election will be held. We are ready for anything.
කුමක් වුණත් එන්නේ මැතිවරණයක්. ඒ මැතිවරණයට අපි සූදානම්.
හැබැයි ඉතුමාලට අවාසි වුණොත් වීදි සටන් පටන් ගන්නවා.
සභාවේ සිනා.
If you're just joining us, this is Prime Time News on News First. The visuals that you see may seem unfamiliar, but that is because News First is coming to you live and direct from the Echelon Square here in the heart of Colombo from our Christmas zone. Let's continue with the local news tonight. The United National Party has handed over a motion to the Speaker requesting the 5 government officials, including the Secretary to the Prime Minister, to be summoned in front of the Parliamentary Privileges Committee and the Finance Committee.
We brought proposals against the expenditure of the Prime Minister of the previous government and the ministers last 29th and 30th, and it was passed. This is the third part of that process. This is why we have filed these proposals against these 5 officials in this regard. If these officials have not acted in accordance with the motions that were passed on the 30th, the Parliament has the power to take action against them.
ඒ පිළිබඳව ක්‍රියා කරන්න පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට බලය තියෙනවා.
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa visited the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic today. Mahinda Rajapaksa, who paid homage to the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, later spoke with the general public present at the temple.
The way I see it, this struggle for power is not an issue. Clearly we can sort this out. The problem is that the court is intervening in the matter. Now I came here not as the Prime Minister. I am the Prime Minister with no work. We'll see how they name a Prime Minister. The President is also there on this side, and we have an executive presidential system. We will be deciding that on that day. There is no point in us attending sittings in the parliament that has been dissolved. They show a majority, but that is not in support of the Prime Minister. Let's see if the JVP votes in favour. There is no issue. We are waiting for the decision of court. We can act based on the court ruling. No secret discussions have been held. We speak in public. Is speaking in parliament a secret discussion?
Chief incumbent of the Mihintale Viharaya, Venerable Balwa Hengunawe Dambaratana Thero, expressed these views about the prevailing situation in the country. We have selected and sent 225 members to the parliament. We expect them to work together to do some good to the country. It is the responsibility of all the parliamentarians, ministers and presidents to work together irrespective of the law and other arguments, and to take a fair decision in order to unite the country. You will be gone after the end of your 5-year tenure. This country has not been entirely written under your name. All leaders, Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim leaders, are responsible, and they must think about the country. They must understand the power of the people's mandate. They can crown someone and they can take it away as well. Just because you were not able to fulfill your personal agendas, don't sacrifice the country.
Christmas Centre at Echelon Square. Taking a look at other local stories. For nearly 12 years, government officials have failed to take notice of a school based in the Baddegama Nathawela area.
This is the Vandurba Nathawela Senior College in the Baddegama Divisional Secretariat. According to our correspondent, this school has a history of nearly 40 years and has now been shut down. Locals say that teachers are reluctant to continue at this school due to lack of buses along the Baddegama-Wadurugama route. The condition of the school buildings at the school have depreciated over the years and are now unusable. There are several past pupils of this school who have reached the top. It's been more than 10 years since this school has been shut down. However, no action has been taken by anyone. The school was closed due to the lack of students. Students left due to the lack of teachers and facilities. Therefore, the locals refrained from sending their children to school. The school is a valuable asset.
Leader of the National Unity Front, Azad Sali, attended an event in Colombo yesterday to distribute school uniforms.
The program was funded by the United Arab Emirates. UAE Ambassador to Sri Lanka, Ahmad Ali, attended the event.
It is a great honor for us to be working in unity with all races in the country. Not only that, if you take the UAE, they have constructed temples, churches and covilles. So not only the people living there, but the people working there have also been given an opportunity. And among the offices of diplomats in the country, we would like to state that one of the diplomatic offices that does a lot of work is the office of the UAE.
Sports First Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
Even though I lost my right leg, I did not fall down in life. I had an aim to succeed. I pursued that aim. Now my aim is to win an award at this prestigious ceremony. I am ready for Platinum Awards. I am Dumira Maduranga.
Sports First Allianz Platinum Awards 2018.
Welcome back to the Echelon Square, where the Christmas zone of Newsfirst has been set up. We are here in the Newsfirst studio at the Christmas zone. Let's see what's happening outside. Miyuki Portia is standing by. Miyuki, what's seen outside?
Thank you, Ramesh. Christmas season is upon us, and yet again we have set up our Newsfirst studios down at the Echelon Square, where you can come visit the beautifully decorated Christmas zone and come share the joy and excitement of Christmas with us. Our primetime bulletins are live at 7 p.m., 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. So if you are around Colombo, do come visit the beautifully decorated Christmas zone and share the excitement with us. And for the Newsfirst team, I'm Miyuki Portia, and it's back to you, Arundhati.
Dilip Mendis, a cricketing star in Sri Lanka, loved by the entire nation. Currently, he serves as the head coach of the Oman national cricket team. He's back in Sri Lanka these days, and Sports First caught up with Dilip Mendis. Let's see what he had to say.
I don't like to talk much because I don't know the situation of Sri Lanka cricket. I am someone who is involved in many things at Sri Lanka cricket, including being the captain of the team. I was also a member of the board, a member of the selection committee, a manager and also a coach. You name it, I would have done it within the Sri Lanka cricket board. I do not know if you remember, but I was the president as well for several days. Even though I am not part of the internal dealings, I am happy to be creating a team whilst being an outsider. I did all of that because Sri Lanka cricket lives in my heart. My only wish is that we win the next World Cup.
මම එකම ප්‍රාර්ථනාව තමයි ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් ඊළඟ ලෝක කුසලානය ජයක් ගනී කියලා. ඔබ හිතනවා මේ ටීම් තත්ත්වයට එක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒක ලොකු.
That is a big issue. That is in the hands of the managers, coaches and the administration.
මම හිතන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන්ට තමයි බාර වෙන්නේ.
යම් කිසි කෙනෙක් ඔබතුමන්ට ආරාධනාවක් ලැබුණොත් මේ පරිපාලනය බාර ගන්න නැත්නම් මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් එක මේ තත්ත්වෙන් ගොඩ එන්නට යම් කිසි තනතුරක් යම් කිසි වගකීමක් බාර ගන්නට ආරාධනාවක් ලැබුණොත් ඔබතුමා
මට ආරාධනාවල් හුඟක්.
I have received many requests. However, I do not like those. Unless I come with a particular base, I won't come. Otherwise, I do not like to come there without a vision.
මම ඒක වැඩි ආස නැහැ.
And with that, we wrap up tonight's edition of Weekend Primetime News. But do visit us at the Newsfirst Christmas Centre at Echelon Square to witness the telecast of live news bulletins.
Until then, it's good night from the Newsfirst team. I'm Ramesh Bandara.